Okay, so I want to show you something really cool about color temperature. So here we have this color wheel, right? And see how all the colors have their complementary color across it. So you'll have orange, and then you have blue here, and these are opposite colors on the color wheel, right? And when we gray out a color, we're actually moving towards the center. So if we take any of these colors and we want to gray it out, we're going towards the center of that color wheel. Okay? And when we do that, we're actually in the direction or moving towards the opposite color. So if we have this, let's say we have this red, for example, and we want to gray the red, right? We want to cool it down, right? We go towards the center, which is gray, and then we're going towards the trajectory of blue, which is a cool color. So when we take any color and we move it towards the center, we're essentially moving towards the opposite end of the color wheel. So if I take this blue, right, and I want to gray it out, okay, and you see how I'm making the color warmer as I gray it out more? So it feels warmer and warmer, right? It's because I'm going in the direction of yellow and orange. So because of that, it feels warmer. And the same thing is when we take an orange like this and we a red, when we go to the opposite, it feels cooler because it's going in the direction of the other side, right? So that means you can take all the warm colors on the wheel, and just by adding gray to them, you can make them appear cooler. And same thing with the cool side of the color wheel, right? When you add gray to those, you're making them warmer, right? And that's because they're moving towards the opposite of the color wheel, okay? You can essentially control just subtle temperature shifts just by introducing grays. For example, right? Let's say we want to make this red cooler. We don't have to go all the way towards the blue, right? And do that. Make it cooler. We could just simply add some gray into it. And just by doing that, we already make the red feel cooler, right? And we can be really subtle about it. You see how top it's graying out and the bottom is red, and it feels cooler as the planes move up, right? And this is a tool that I utilize all the time when I'm painting. And this method also just feels more natural and creates a more harmonious sort of feel to it. Because in nature, there's actually a lot of muted grays, and not everything is very vibrant and saturated. So grays is a really good tool to control and manipulate temperature of the paintings. Let's take a cool object like this, right? Let's, for example, I want to add a warm bounce light underneath. Well, I could go all the way to a warm color like this and put it down here, but I think that's too harsh usually. So what normally would actually happen is, again, using grays, right? Using grays to warm up this bottom plane. So I don't necessarily have to go all the way to an orange, or I could go all the way towards orange, which is the complementary color, but I will transition slowly from the grays. And this feels more natural, right? This feels more natural and this subtle color gradation rather than just me going straight to orange like this. So grays is a really good thing to utilize. And if we have an apple that's red, and let's say this apple was entirely in shadow, okay? And we have shadow here, okay? And then the top facing planes would be cooler if we had a skylight, right? So I could cool it down just by using grays and creating that temperature variation. Notice how there is a temperature shift just from the fact that I am adding grays, right? And you see how effective that is.